Oh my goodness. We are live. This is not Rockstar Diaries, is it?
Yeah.
No, it is Story to Stage, the Badass Guide to Rising from Pain to Power live book launch. Woo! Where is
Woo-hoo!
it
Before we get any farther, I want to say something too. This is really cool. I think this is really cool.
Uh-oh, what?
Uh-oh.
It's something that we got in like a certificate of the trademark for Badass Lioness came through.
Oh, that's huge.
And
Wow.
we got to
Yeah.
get it. We're going to get it copied and hanging on the wall and all that. It's just like now it is officially registered.
Yeah, it takes a while. I mean, you really have to prove yourself, and same with Hearts in Sync.
Yeah,
It's like-
yeah, that's registered too.
and
And that
Story
took
to
it-
Stage is
and
registered.
It's really wild that trademark for Hearts and Sync took over a year. To get it to go. Badass Lioness, because of us knowing how to do the trademark for Hearts and Sync, happened in like a month and a half.
Wow.
So, Lori, take us
Crazy.
away.
Woo!
Oh my goodness. Thank you for coming. First of all, you can see there's a QR code. If I'm at the top of the screen, it's at the bottom.
Yay!
And right now you can get this book for 99 cents. And that is a steal because it is full of not only amazing personal stories, which are so important, but also your blueprint from story to stage. And what I love about Janine is even though being very shy as a child, being an introvert, she is able to get up on stage and share her story, share her music. And that's what she wants for other people. In fact, so many times as a leader in that way, people will see her and say, "How did you do it?" Well, this is how you do it. So we are so glad you've joined us. We hope you'll get that QR code and we hope you'll share this on your Facebook and help us spread the word because we're looking at getting her to best-selling author. And that takes a lot of people buying the book for 99 cents, which is incredible. So the way we're going to do this is I think we'll end with Janine reading a little excerpt, but we're going to kind of go around the room and share something about Janine, about the book, and maybe a story that we have that has given somebody else permission to tell their story. So I'm going to throw it to our other TV host, Tamra.
Well, thank you for throwing it. I'll catch it. And I would love to share a story about Janine. And of course, I love sharing stories of both Mr. and Mrs. Smith. But since we're talking about Mrs. Smith here, this time Janine Emily Smith, I'm going to share that she's come on a couple times to the Let's Talk Fabulous show. And when she has, oh my golly gee willikers, it's been those kind of stories that she will. I mean, I have to get the box of Kleenex out. I mean, not just a little, it's like the whole thing. And I'm just like, oh, okay, keep yourself together, Tamara. Because she's talking about the stories that she has. And I'm like, I had no clue. I had no clue about this, and I'm getting to know her, and then it's like more and more and more. And so to have this book and to understand where, through the stories that I know, and then what she's done and what they have done together and traveling the world and going on the stages, playing their music, having their TV show, having a blueprint on how to do it. Wow, I'm thrilled. I just went and bought my book and then I went and looked. Okay, so where are we at? What do we need to do? How do we get her to number one? And it's all of you guys going. Who do you know right now that needs to have this story? So go get one for you and then go get one for all of them. Where can you buy something for someone that's going to make a difference for 99 cents?
Yeah.
Right? Can't even buy a cup of coffee lately. Definitely not a gallon of gas. I mean,
True story. Thank you so much, Tamara. And as a TV host tell me the name of your show again.
Let's Talk Fabulous.
I thought it was
Yes.
Let's Get Fabulous.
Well, that too. I mean,
Either way, yeah.
fabulous works, but yeah,
Tell
let's
us-
talk.
Yeah, tell us about the power of story.
Oh, it's everything. It's absolutely everything. And our show is kind of unique in that and it's like their show truly. That's why we are in sync. That we are all about service and serving others. And what we do is in 56 minutes, our goal is to take you through a topic. We have a panel. We do it with original music. We do it with video. And we do it where we can pinpoint through the panelists and their stories to get a high enough touch that people want to know more. Because when we, facts tell, but stories sell, as they say. We need those stories because we absorb them. And then we will then take them, and if they resonate with us, we will actually remember them and then go do something with them. And we need more storytelling. And in today's world, it is absolutely, we don't want it to become a lost art. No. We don't. And so that's why I'm thrilled to be here, encouraging people to get this, because we need people that are going to rely on the human
Right.
to create their stories and live their stories and share their stories.
Yeah.
I'm going to encourage that.
That's so great, Tamara. And here's the difference between a TV host. What did you say? Something facts.
Facts sell, or facts tell, stories sell. Yeah.
So in radio, we say blood leads.
Yeah, right. If it leads, it bleeds. Yeah.
Yeah.
If it bleeds, it leads. That's it.
That's
right.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to get to Tracy too, because I watched his live today. And often we think with couples, we don't realize that they learn from each other too. But before we get to Tracy, let's talk to Jo Ellen, who has got the No Nonsense Nana podcast. Welcome, Jo Ellen.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Woo!
Yeah.
Hi,
So
Jo Ellen.
tell us a little bit about Janine and maybe a story that you've heard. It may not be hers, but that has called you to do something greater, because you're all about story as well.
Yes. Well, I'm a newbie to all this. I did not meet Janine that long ago, and I met her through Lori. So we have a lot of connections here where you know someone that knows someone. And I met Janine for lunch, and we were just, we need to do something together.
Oh, yeah.
And the personalities just sync. And then getting to know her and her story in reading her book, there's a lot in there that I have to talk to you about, Janine, that it's so similar that I was like, we have like another mother? Like, what's going on here? So it's a very interesting thing when you can actually be comfortable with someone and share your stories and find what similarities you have and what differences that you have, and how you can help someone else by thinking, it's not that big of a deal, but for someone else it is a big deal.
Yeah.
I
Can I
had,
say something really quick? Because you said we haven't known each other for very long. And Tamara and I and Tracy were talking earlier, and I swear I thought we had known her for 2 years. Not that 2 years is a long time, but she's like, no, I think it's been less than a year. Like, and Joelle, like, I feel a sisterhood to each one of you. Truly, like there's nobody's business. And you guys showed up for me when I couldn't speak for myself, when I didn't know what to feel. That speaks volumes about you, your character, and your stories, how you became the way you are.
Well, and that's why these connections are so amazing, and the networking, because we can't do it alone. And early on in business as an entrepreneur, way back before internet, I just had this thing that I had to do it alone. And what's been so beautiful now that I'm really going into entrepreneurship full time is that we all have each other, we need each other, and we may be on a business call, but there might be a time where we say, hey, this is what I'm going through, and it's tough. And we can all resonate and support. It doesn't make us bad. We don't get judged. People don't go, how can you be on stage if you're having a a bad day. Like, so that's the beauty of it, that we encourage one another, even in the midst of, which is Janine is in the midst of a very difficult time. The day that this book launched, her mother passed away, and yet she keeps showing up. And that is what's so beautiful. But that's also what you teach people. Show up if you can. And if you can't, there is permission, there is support, there is help. So, Joellen, I don't know if you got to finish saying what you wanted to say.
Well, I started reading the book, last night, which was, I know now not to read it at night because I couldn't go to sleep
Oh,
because I wanted to keep reading it and reading it.
oh,
But when you said about how I've helped someone, and this was several years ago after my husband's son was killed. Maybe a year or so later, I had a friend who she was also in a second marriage, and it was her husband's daughter who had overdosed. And we had many conversations about how do you do it? How do you get through it? How do you deal with their personality? How do you deal, with their grief where they're fine one minute and the next minute they're total lunatics? And it was very comforting to both of us, even though our stories were different. They were similar in that we were both remarried. You don't hear.
Uh-oh. Did she freeze or did we freeze?
I think she did. So
Okay.
just like we do in live TV and radio.
The show must go on.
Yes, and when she comes back, she comes back.
Okay, let's hear from Tracy, because it was really cool, Tracy, when I saw your video. It did look, were you standing in a bookstore or a coffee shop?
Where were you
T-
standing?
today,
Yeah.
right here in the studio.
Nuh-uh. I thought you were in some bookstore. Anyway, tell us about what you have learned from your beautiful wife at your own home, not in the coffee shop.
Well, here's what I learned over time. I was judgmental, I was legalistic, I was on a path of mediocre. I just was going with the flow. I could be excellent at my job, and I was. I was like tearing it up, doing more than a lot of other people were doing, but it was just mundane, just doing the motions. And I never, the most I went out in the country once was in the Bahamas throughout 50 some years. And I meet this lovely lady, and my life is like, turned because of her showing me I don't have to fight those bullies in my mind anymore. I don't have to keep going after that war in my head. I don't have to watch CNN or Fox News to get enjoyment out of it. There's no enjoyment out of that. So, those type of things. And not only that, I was in my version of being a Christian, I was dangerous because I was very legalistic in the fact of if someone would ask me, do you think I'm a sinner or something like that? I could go bang, 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 all the way down the list because I'm very knowledgeable in the word. But by doing that, I was taking the place of God. And that's what woke me up because I'm not God. People aren't going to listen to me if I tell them, hey, you're a sinner, you need to stop doing this. But when God talks to them and tells them to stop, they're going to listen. So all I can do is be there as a conduit to help, guide them into that area. And the new mantra that we have, that our church has, is the same thing, is come as you are. And it goes back to where Jesus first had his church. Come as you are. Mm-hmm. And God will change you along the path. So that really, she brought all this to light to me. And since all this, I'm following, it's like I'm not really in her shadow. I'm helping her, right? I'm helping her. not totally in her shadow.
Walking side by side.
But since I met her, I've been out of the country. We've been speaking and performing out of the country. Became an international best-selling author. Award-winning songwriter, TV show host.
Woo.
I mean, what's next from 6 months from now?
But
Am
I
I going to
take
be
no
president?
credit.
I have no idea what's going to happen. It's just amazing.
I take no credit.
Yeah,
and
you should.
This goes along with the book is that when you're in your calling, right? And you could be healing through action. It's like cyclical, right? But when you're living the calling and what God created you to be, magical things happen. The world opens up. And we feel more energetic. That's why I like Joellen's Ageless Voices so much. Are you back with us? You froze there first for a moment, my dear. So I don't know if she can hear us.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, my internet has been acting up for the last, few minutes, so I apologize.
No, that's okay. Hey, we like Tamara knows just as she's the one who had to teach us when we first went live, and Lori Hardy was the one just press record, like, because podcast TV, and you don't have to be perfect. You just show up, right, ladies? It's like,
Do it messy.
because if we wait to be perfect, then we'll never do it because nobody's ever perfect.
Right. Well, and Janine, what you bring to the table is so different than anything I've ever seen because we're all about story and sharing our story, but you are so much about listening. How do you be a speaker and still be a listener? And one of the things that I believe you're on a mission for when people want to be on a TV show or a podcast, often they'll say, "Hey, I've been on a ton of them. I'm really good." But maybe they're not because they only talk about themselves. They don't actually engage and have a conversation. And so there are many programs that can teach you how to take your story to stage, but it is a boutique thing that you do that you teach us when to lean back, when to listen, how to be okay with the silence. And that is essence, grace, that is the beauty that you bring. And that's what Story to Stage is all about. And I just love reading the book. And the thing about when you flatlined, I remember that's kind of when we reconnected. And I remember you just saying, if we don't pay attention, our bodies will do it for us. And that's what took you into a spin, took you to Texas, for heaven's sakes, from Washington. And I love that story so much because it was really humble of you to say, here I was in this place of really good, but
Mhm,
I feel like God was saying, do you want to try great? Let's try great.
mhm,
And and that's
mhm.
where I feel like you are now. And you're leading us, you're carrying the torch to say, hey, this is how we do it. And your stage may not be all the lights and camera, it might be your Bible study group. It might be
Mhm,
your neighbor. But
mhm,
that what is our stage? Because with you, like with me, there's parts of my story that I don't share publicly, but I will share one on one if it's going to help somebody. And
yes.
that's again the beauty of knowing and being okay with your story and reading your audience because that is a huge part of what you teach.
Mm, yes.
So
Yes. Oh,
go ahead.
sorry. When I first started speaking many decades ago, I know,
When you were a
it was
baby, one, two, three.
it was in the recovery space and jails and prisons. I wasn't actually an inmate,
There was little dinosaurs on the earth, not the big ones at that time.
but all of the stories like at that time were all jumbled up, and there was a lot of pain. Being assaulted in college, losing my dad, there was a lot of pain. I needed to tell that story, and the recovery space was the perfect way to do it. But when I decided to start going more professional, I guess is the word, I had to get out of that catharsis state. When you're telling your testimony and you're speaking not from a space of leadership, a lot of people might come up to you and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you." But once you're speaking, when you get on the other side and you're speaking from a leadership level, that's when people really lean in and say, your story changed me. And I think all of us here today have those kind of stories. We have the medicine that can save that one person that's listening today, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So Story to Stage is on sale right now for 99 cents. So go to Amazon and get it. I wish we had one of those ticker things that you do, like when you do a radiothon or whatever, where you're like, look, two more people bought it, but go buy it. Check that QR code and go get the book. It's only 99 cents. Do a friend a favor. And Janine, can we have you read a little bit of your book to us?
I sure will. And in the dedication, and this again was written before my mom passed, but it says, for my mom who held six of us together and loved us in the ways that she knew how. And this Sunday is Mother's Day. And what we decided to do is to plant a tree in her honor. She loved trees and she loved birds of paradise. I already have the birds of paradise plant. We're going to plant a tree. So even if you have a mother that's still here with us or up in heaven, join us. Join us. Please join us on Sunday and plant a tree or just something from God's amazing creation. So I don't know why I feel, because you had mentioned me flatlining. So this is the note from the author. It's not even in the book. I people pleased myself into exhaustion. I performed myself into burnout. I wore every hat there was to wear: servant leader, overachiever, peacekeeper, provider, corporate climber, worship singer, and the strong one who never fell apart. I had no boundaries, no margins, and no clue how to say no. And then one ordinary day, walking up a simple flight of stairs, my body shut down. I collapsed, flatlined in the ambulance, and suffered a TIA that left the doctors shaking their heads because every number in my blood work had bottomed out to zero. This is where I want you to really lean in and listen. In that space between life and death, something happened that I've never been able to explain in a way that does it justice. I felt arms wrap around me from behind, strong and loving, holding me as if I had always belonged there. The weight of every sorrow and every shame I had carried for decades was stripped off of me like a sweater that I no longer needed. We were ascending on something like a celestial elevator, and I felt complete peace, floating but with purpose, anchored by his arms. And just before we reached the top, he whispered, "You aren't ready yet." That 2010 is, I know some people call it origin story. A lot of people don't know what that means. Trajectory change, where I knew everything. I didn't want to go back to playing small. I didn't want to go back to working 80-hour weeks where I was exhausting myself, doing everything for everybody. Even in the worship space, even in the prison space, ministering to ladies, I did not enjoy it anymore, because when you reach that level of exhaustion, past the point, of almost no return, everything seems hard and nothing is a joy anymore. And so when I woke up, even though my body was completely depleted, my heart, everything about me was changed, because I wanted to feel that joy, that peace, and never go back to playing small. And that, my friend, is the trajectory change that ever since then, little by little, and sometimes it's 5 minutes a day. You don't have to wake up and go, "Oh, I'm going to change the world," right? I mean, want to. I mean, my goodness, wouldn't that be cool if we could just press buttons? But every little thing that you do takes you more to where you want to be, to the person that you were made to be, that God created you to be. Every little step makes a difference. So that's what I wanted to say. And I do want to hear from you guys just one last time. Not you. No, I'm just kidding. See, he gets me laughing when I'm
To
crying.
clarify, I've been around since the big dinosaurs have roamed the earth.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that, Janine. And I think that what I hear in what you say, like an origin story, is often we have a story and it may not be pretty. collapsing when you've got your career, you're doing all the things. That's not pretty. But yet what came of it was beautiful. And often I was just speaking with an elderly woman today, and she didn't want to share her recovery story. I wanted her to be on my podcast. She said, I'll share it one on one. But she didn't want to share it because I think that we worry about being judged. We
Oh, yeah.
worry about what people will think. I'm a leader, and if they see that I've taken a step back, they're going to lose hope. They're going to lose faith. And the truth is when we see people being real, I know for me, I love them even more because they can be vulnerable and honest. So before we go, let's hear again from Tamara. Okay, let's see. The host of It's Not Let's Get Fabulous. Let's Talk Fabulous.
Fabulous.
Very good. Yes.
And what does fabulous stand for?
Ooh.
I wish we
It
had your song
stands
queued up.
for, yes, faith, action, bravery, unity, love, opportunity, unstoppable spirit.
Wow.
Yes.
That
yes.
is amazing.
Yes. So, yes, let's talk fabulous. And it's all about exploring our fabulous lives. And you had asked when was a moment in time that someone came and said, that something they had heard touched them and possibly helped them to pivot or change or something. And I remember one time I was actually in Reno on a stage, and I was doing the stage tour thing for a few years there for a while, and I was all over the place, and I was asked to be on stages that were all different types because I was considered the heart, that you had, sometimes they need the heart, in there. And this was a business conference. And so I'm up there and I'm sharing my message about, don't do it alone. Basically, have a buddy. Find a buddy. Find those people, that community. Find that connection. And I went through my story on stage, and the person came up to me and just started, when you were talking about bawling, this person just started breaking down. I mean, to a point where I was like, kind of almost feeling like I had to hold her up. And she was like, I so needed this today. And then made a commitment to me that she was going to do. And then she actually did follow up with me later and let me know that she kept her commitment. And, that's the power that we can have when we go out and we have those stories and we have we have that leadership. We had those action items. We have whatever it is that we have that we're going out there to share.
Yeah.
And when you actually not only in the moment have them want to do something, but then they actually do it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, if I can add it to it, is that when you have those moments with people, ask to be, that I'd love to hear when that happens. Just let them know you care that much more, because we really do. We wouldn't be showing up in these spaces if we didn't, right?
Right.
And that allows for them. And you know what that also does? It cements it too. Take that moment, cement it with them, get that action started, and then let them know that they matter.
Check 1, 2, 3.
I
4.
love that, because one of the things that happens with motivational speaking is the audience gets motivated and they walk away and real life hits them. And that follow-up is so valuable. So I want to say one more time, go get the book, Story to Stage, 99 cents. It's your blueprint. It's amazing. And I want to say welcome to our friend Lori, the drummer,
1, 2, 3,
Lori
4.
Ann. And Lori, we're just sharing a little bit about Janine and maybe a quick story of how maybe it's something that we went through has helped and changed a life and given someone a Me Too moment. So I'll give you the mic.
I think she's still trying to figure out
Oh,
the technology, and then Joellen went
Okay.
offline.
okay, we
So-
lost you. So I'll tell you my story while we're waiting to hear from Lori. So my story was After 14 years of marriage and 3 children, my husband left me for David. And not only that, he took my best tiara and cemented my status as a single mom.
Oh,
So I
check, check,
was
check, 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 check,
speaking,
check.
and I went to this church to speak. And the night before, we met with the staff. And I wasn't going to tell that story because this was 30 years ago. People weren't ready to hear that. We didn't have internet. I didn't know who to talk to about it. It was just one of those really difficult things. But I did share that with the staff. I said, I just want you to know a little bit of my backstory. And when I was through telling that story, what happened was this woman, one of the leaders, she's bawling. She's just bawling. And I said, so what's going on? And she pointed to each woman in the room. These are women she has known her whole life in her church. She said, not one of you knew that my husband left me for a man. You all told me to dress nicer. You all told me to be nicer. You all told me to do this and this and this. And it was a beautiful moment. And for me, sharing that story was hard because in my teeny tiny community, when I would finally go out, this is what people would say to me: I knew it. I knew it. And it was like, thanks. That's embarrassing. So for me to share my story was embarrassing, but to have this woman have this breakthrough was just so incredible. So go get the book, 99 cents, Story to Stage. And Lori, are you ready? Can we hear you now? Okay,
No.
is Joellen back? No.
Here, let's handle it.
Okay. So, um, again, you can get the book for 99 cents. And the more people that get it quickly, we want to get Janine to the Amazon bestseller list. And not only is this book just amazing that it was published, is she didn't actually know it was published. We found out because somebody else posted
I got it.
online, and it was the day that her mom passed away. So this is a bittersweet. I mean, it's a victory because writing a book is an intense 10 years in the making. But then having her mom pass and being like, we have grief brain, we can't think, but also to recognize that she's living out her mom's legacy because she is taking all of those stories that her mom loved to tell. She's now taking that to the next stage. I did mean to say that. And it's her mother's legacy. And that is what's so beautiful for it. You can see the QR code now. Thank you, Tracy. And
I
go get
know, right?
go to the book, 99 cents. And so I'm not sure if we're going to be able to hear from Lori, but Janine, Tamara wants to say something.
Yeah, I just am checking right now, and
yay.
right now we're at for you right now in biographies and memoirs. You're at 143, so we're getting at 143 there, 152 in motivational self-help, and 179 in personal transformation. So you're less than 200 now. So guys,
Wow,
we that's huge. So it's really ticking down. So if people just start going and doing this, you should be able to be at number one here very, very quickly, I
Awesome.
would think.
I
Yes.
feel like we should do the Oprah. You buy a book, you buy a
you
book,
buy a
you
book.
buy a
You
book.
buy a book. Well,
99 cents. It's
it's
a
like
it's a
follow for
steal.
follow.
Yeah,
Like
right?
because we also help people get their books published,
Yes.
and having a book, I just can't say enough about it, a solo book, right?
Yes.
And
And
it's a
Janine,
process.
it is. And Janine, I was hoping that maybe you could talk a little bit about the retreat coming up, because how awesome that you're going to have your book when we go into this retreat.
Mm, yes, it is a VIP retreat that will be in October on the East Coast at a castle, and it's going to be extravagant, where we teach ladies how to take their story to the stage, their stage, reclaim their voice, their energy, their worth, learn how to use their story as their power, not as a weakness. And we are going all out. We're even talking about taking our ladies to a Broadway show. We have people coming from Europe, and their bucket list is to go to Broadway and eat New York pizza. Woo! Did I just say New York? But it is going to be the best of the best for those women that are ready to rise and roar. And four of us ladies, you don't just get one, you get four powerhouse ladies from all over the world that have a different skill set. Lori, add on to it because I don't know what else to say about it. We will have a landing page here real soon to get signed up, pre-register.
I think one of the things I love about it is all of us are coming from a little bit different background, but we're there for the whole process. And what we know is when somebody begins to tell their story, often there will be kind of a breakdown, kind of a who are you to tell your story? Who are you to think you could help anybody? And we know these things happen. We take you all the way. We walk through you. We don't send you away to do the work. We work with you. We help
Yep.
you get there. And besides that, every one of us has said, oh, well, I met so and so through Janine or through Lori or through Joellen. We bring a whole
Tamara.
network of experiences, of podcasts you can be on, of stages you can be on. This is the ultimate VIP experience. And honestly, you don't want to miss it.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I mean, I just can't say enough about it. And you brought up connection. I tell you what, that is everything to us now. It's not about, people say, well, it's who you know. Well, it is, but what is your response? What is your intent in having those people in your life? Is it to get something from them? You say it better than me, but it's how I can serve you, right? It's how bringing hearts in sync around the world. When we met Tamara, she changed our lives, and in fact, tomorrow I am speaking on her panel, which people stumble over and kill people to be on this leadership. I shouldn't say kill people, but tomorrow on the Los Angeles Tribune Leadership Week at 3:10 tomorrow Central Time, because of her, because of Lori. I can't even tell you I got to meet with my absolutely favorite DJ in the whole world that kept me alive during those years where I wanted to, being stuck in traffic and everything in the corporate world, John Fisher, and he even did a review on our album. So there's just so much goodness here when it comes to connection. And Tamara, can you just say a little bit about the leadership conference that's tomorrow? It's all week, but
Yeah, it's been going on for 9 days, and tomorrow is day number 8, I believe. And bottom line is that I'm from Southern California, so the Los Angeles Tribune is something I've known forever. It's been around since the 1800s. It was an old-fashioned newspaper, one of the oldest ones in the U.S. And they have not lost their vision. They've expanded it. And so they've gone into the digital space, and they've become much more, because what is newspaper? It's storytelling. It's exactly what you're talking about here. And they have had, over this last period of time, they've had the author of Venus and Mars, the Chicken Soup for the Souls, Forbes Riley, who Janine knows, and they had an actual queen that is actually a king, because she really does rule her area, and the vision. They had over 200 mainline speakers that have been talking about leadership and all different types. And the thing I love about it even the most is that we are a part of the E360 TV network, Tracy and Janine and myself, and our co-CEO has been the senior producer of this event, and it is breaking records. It is breaking
Yes.
records. And so tomorrow is a big day, and we are on at an amazing period of time. And our goal is, and we really want people to be engaging, because we all are about connection. And it's free. You can watch it for free. And so then, yes, anybody that's been on the stage with, so Janine's going to be able to say, yes, it's kind of a fun thing. It's a fun thing, but the biggest thing here is it is a mission to get out there and let people in the world know that no matter what they want to be doing, that they have that leader inside.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Tamara.
You know,
And
I like to say something real quick here.
oh, I don't know. We have to think about this.
This is what I was going to say, Lori. I was going to say I am grateful for the connections that my wife has made, especially
too.
on this time of life that she's in, missing her mom,
Yeah.
and you sisters all are there with her, and I am just so grateful for all of you and the connections that we made. You are all family to us.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I hope you feel the same way, Tracy. We don't just love Janine.
You are the
but we do
breath
really love her.
beneath my wings.
Well, one of the things that I just think is amazing, and Janine and I talk about this a lot, there are so many women that are leaders and they don't know it. They don't know it.
Mhm.
And part of the
Mhm.
thing is, I think often women want to be like, oh no. But when we realize we're a leader, when we own that, we step into that space, not bossy, not
Mm-mm.
power, being power hungry. We step in it with grace, we step in it with love, and we reach back and we bring the next woman up. And that's what this is all about. This
Mhm.
is bringing more people into this place because our world needs leadership. Our world needs, and no offense to men, but we need more women speakers. And wasn't it you,
Yes.
Janine, that quoted, is it risky to give a woman a microphone? Oh, yeah, because
Oh,
that's
yes.
when gets done.
Mariska Hargitay, yes,
Yes.
from SVU. And
Yes.
you know, when she said that was when they overturned the Harvey Weinstein. Harvey, she was there. And it's because so many people, so many women spoke up and came forward that something major happened. And if I would recommend go watch the video because when she first starts talking, she's exuding with this excitement. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that, wow, we made a difference here. And that's what it feels like, right, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen?
And gentlemen. Yeah. Now, can we hear from Lori yet? Is she?
Can we hear you?
I can hear you finally. I don't know if you can hear
Awesome.
me.
So we're
Hey.
Yeah, now we just
kind of
couldn't
running out of
before.
time, but we'd love to hear from you.
Uh, about what?
Well, about Janine, about the book.
Oh, well, I just want to say that I thought it was amazing how Janine and I kind of coalesced on Facebook. I don't know if she'd been following me there in my Christian little platform. We kind of met through Roger Fisher and his program, and Roger's a dear soul in my path that I love. And I just see that, everything comes to you. Sometimes you go out, looking, knocking on doors, but I just feel so honored and privileged. And I think this is a time for me to just impart and flow and support and lift up somebody else. And I couldn't have picked a better somebody to lift. She's gonna go. So I'm just here to do whatever I can with whatever I bring to the family. And thank you for the opportunity and the privilege. And I just see nothing but great things ahead for Janine.
Well, Lori,
No problem.
thank you so much for coming on. And I don't know if you were on when Tamara was giving us some stats. We are really close to getting her to bestseller. I mean,
Oh,
we're just,
wow.
yeah. Do you? I don't want to make you look it all up again, Tamara, but do you
I
have
can do
those
that.
numbers?
Yeah, and let me
99
look at the. Give me a minute, and I'll refresh, and I'll tell you.
Subliminal.
It's kind of like
99
having,
cents.
it's kind of like when we do radiothons and
Not even a
we've got the reader board going. But Lorianne, I didn't know you were connected with Roger Fisher because he lives, I've actually met him and seen him. He would not remember me, but he is very close to where I live.
Oh, nice.
My
just after
husband
you-
actually auditioned for a band he was going to have way back in Seattle.
Oh,
I can't remember what it was called, the five somethings or the some
oh,
kind of number. So he's kind of
oh,
been in our path a long time. My band went and
And
played.
Rockin' Doc. So
yeah.
she
Huh?
watched the show last time. She's like, I didn't know you guys knew Rockin' Doc. Isn't
Yeah,
your husband good friends with him or something?
yeah. That guy has
Can you
adjusted
believe
my
that?
husband many times. He will just go to all the parks anywhere there's a music thing and throw out a blanket.
Yep.
And he's a
Crunch your
great
back.
friend. In the yeah, I was like, Steven, why weren't you on a Christian album? Like, what happened? He's like, well, it wasn't quite so Christian back then. I said, well, get on the next one. That'd be great.
Awesome. All right, Tamara's looking at us.
Yes. Okay. Well, we're at 143 in
Okay.
biographies, 152 in motivational self help, and 179 in personal transformation. So, what we need everybody to do is if you haven't gotten your 99¢, go get it, and then go, sponsor 5 different people. Who do you know? Because that's, what? How much would you go and buy something that it's
Right.
like, oh, like
Starbucks.
nothing? Yeah, exactly. And instead of doing that, go and help change someone's life, their trajectory.
Yes.
You know,
Give them the
and
book.
give them that gift. I do that a lot with get these, and then it's a great little I'm thinking about you, here you go, or you mentioned this, here you go, and people are so touched by that. For again, 99¢, where can you find something that's going to make that much of a difference? And we heard you read that right now,
Yeah.
and then I know so many of your stories, people, you're going to be touched by them.
Yeah.
Oh, watch tomorrow when she talks about leadership. I mean, she really
Make me nervous.
go check out the Rockstar Diaries and go see some of her stories, because truly, you guys are gonna think, "Oh, I should have when I could have." No, do it now.
Right. Do it now. Push record.
Yes.
Another
Yes.
thing is that we are in graduation season. This is an excellent gift for your graduate. This is the excellent gift. This could be one that they just hang on to forever as they're deciding what they're going to be. And it's not just about entertainment. We see doctors that are right now trying to be able to tell their story better so that whatever they're working on, they can present it better than just in fact. So this is not just entertainment. This is for any kind of career. And it's 99¢. And here's one big ask. When you buy the book, go and leave a review. Go and leave a review, because that makes such a difference. And 5 stars, 5-star rating, because that is how we get the message out there. And we see ourselves as a support team, getting her out there so more and more people can get the help, get the support, believe in their dreams, and be the leader that they're called to be. So with that, I think we're going to be wrapping up.
Yes.
Tracy, I'm giving it to you to do the big wrap up, because, I mean, you know her best.
Okay.
Okay, you asked for it.
I did. I invited.
You know, this book, Story to Stage, I gotta tell you, I am around this brilliance all day long. Okay, so, it becomes normal, right? It becomes normal, and then I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, her book's gonna come out, and I look at everything with a critical eye. Every TV show I watch, because we do script writing and all kind of crazy stuff. So everything that we do, I had that critical eye, and I read the book. I actually read it.
Wow.
I read the book, and I'm going, oh my gosh, this is so good. This is like, and I'm thinking, at first I'm going, I'm reading it, and I go, oh, this is why they did it again. They did this, they said that, and and it just so fits. I can't say enough good things about it. It's really a cool book, and people need to see this. They need to read this. I got a tear in my eye. People really need to read this book, because the difference between having in your mind and your nervous system not in balance is a big deal. And people are running from this. They need to get into it. They need to understand it. And once they do, Their lives are going to change. And what happens is when your lives change, the connections like this grow. The family grows.
Yes.
The beautiful connections. And,
Yes.
and that's what has, I've been encountering for these past years by knowing this lovely woman. God bless her.
Well, thank you so much, Tracy. Now, here's the good news. Buy the book for 99 cents, but very soon you'll be able to get the Audible. If you're like, I'm not a reader, buy it anyway. And then get the Audible. And you can also get the paperback if you want to have where'd it go? If you want to have the copy in your hands to highlight and to
And a movie
read.
soon.
Yes, and if you're like Joellen, don't read before bed. Yes, and a movie soon. This is the thing. This is story to stage. Like it started with push record, then they got a TV show and a podcast and a book, and it just keeps going from there. So check out the retreat, go to Janine's page, and go buy the book for 99 cents. And thank you so much for hanging out with us. And be sure and
Yeah.
share and tell a friend.
Thank you,
Nice
everybody. Thank you. Love you.
Love you all. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.